is he not getting more involved in this? Well, he just wants to go bowling. I know that's how they've written it out, but for me, it was incredibly frustrating. I'm sitting there going, answer the phone, find out what's happening. She's going to get killed or whatever.
He's not just a bowler. He's kind of, it shows him as something of a drug-fucked kind of.
What I'm saying is he's answered everything, was just to ignore it, it would go away.
Yes.
Like, for instance, him just putting the board up so that nobody can break into his place.
He's too lazy to engage in
But the thing is, he's stuck in the middle of all this stuff and he's got so many different parties getting involved and he's like going, oh, I don't really care about you. And I know that's what he's supposed to do, but for me, I was like going, do something. And like you said, for John Goodman's character, I'm like, oh, why do you keep bringing him up and getting him involved when he's so stupid?
Not once did he have the correct answer.
Never.
Not once did he
I
actually
know
have
that's the funny
correct...
part of it,
Yes.
but for me, I just was getting slightly frustrated.
I was waiting at some stage of the game. I thought, well, a clock is at least right twice a day, you know.
So what's hilarious is throughout the film, I'm getting frustrated because I'm going, oh my gosh, why isn't he, trying to work this out? Why is he just going, well, bugger, I'm just going bowling. Oh, I'm just going to ring up my mate who I know is going to fail and, do it anyway.
I really felt sorry for Steve Buscemi's character.
Oh my, I was just about to say,
Yeah.
I got really sad at the end because, all through the film, you've got John Goodman's character going, Walter's going, shut up. Dan or Don,
Shut the fuck up,
Don. And constantly, Don only came to that other thing where they went for that kid because there was burgers involved.
Yep.
And they said, "Oh, you better come because we're all getting burgers." And at the end of it, there was that scene where he's bowling and he bowls a spare, and I'm like, he's bowled a spare. He's never bowled a spare before, and the film completely slows down and goes right in on him, and he's like, huh.
What does he normally bowl?
A strike. He's like, that's why he's on the team.
Because he's always hit
They
strikes.
don't like him. Well, not that they don't like him, but as in he just seems to be there purely
John
because...
Goodman's character doesn't respect him in any way, shape or form.
No, not at all.
No.
And I went, oh, poor Don. But then I went, why is he bowled a spare? What's about to happen? And then, of course, they've walked out because obviously the dude hasn't even bothered to continue on with everyone else.
Do you know what? I never even picked up on that. That's how thick I am.
I got really into it. I'm like, why is he bowled a spare? And then when it went to where it went, I went, oh my gosh, that's so tragic and sad. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was invested in the film, but I found parts of it really frustrating, like the dude. And I know you're supposed to, and that's the funny part of the film.
Yep.
But for me, it was probably just a little bit too frustrating and also sad because of Don. I understand where everyone's coming from. The film makes sense. And some of the parts I found really interesting, like when he gets knocked out because of the rug, she wants to take the rug back, and he's going through that scene, I thought was really entertaining. But him not wanting to do anything, which is, I know, the comedy part of the film, frustrated me. And Don... the way Don was treated and how Don's story worked out really made me sad.
It was a bittersweet.
Because I got really invested in Don because he was being so put on.
You don't like bullies. No, you don't, and you never have.
So I know a lot of people love
like
this.
That.
They think this is the Coens' best film. I was a little bit...
You came away from it not super happy about it.
I get why they did it, and I get why people would really enjoy that aspect. But for me...
Tell me why you think people enjoy that.
Well, I mean, people like that because, people go, oh, it's funny because that's, he's doing the exact opposite of what a true hero would do. He's just going, oh, I don't want to deal with it.
Yep.
I couldn't care less. Yep. And Don...
I don't understand Sam Elliott's adulation of the dude.
I know.
To the end, I'm just sitting there going... No, he's a fuck. Fuck off.
No, but he was there. He was like the slow down, let's bring it all back.
Yep.
And this is the only enlightening sort of bit in it.
Yep.
And I loved when the music came on, you immediately expect Sam Elliott, and there he is sitting there having a sarsaparilla.
Yep.
And I got that bit because it's supposed to be this slightly weird part. Like when he has when he gets knocked out twice, that scene sort of... And I understood that, so it all made sense. But to me, it was a bit frustrating.
Was Sam Elliott's character God?
Oh, no. He was purely the storyteller.
All right, because so it's just the narrator.
I wouldn't say God. He's just the storyteller. He's there showing
I
off.
was suspicious. I was suspicious.
I didn't get that from it. I purely got the whole, I'm the storyteller. Here I am in the part where we actually have a bit of a think about it.
Yep.
So he's only there for the, the soliloquy sort of section.
Yep.
Where you can't have that in a normal film unless you're on stage.
Okay.
But I loved how the music from the start linked in when Sam Elliott came in. So you heard the music before you saw Sam Elliott. I loved that bit.
The tumbleweeds.
But you notice the music was the same. So I'm like, this is where he's coming in. Because you were waiting for the stranger to come in because he's got to come in because otherwise how does he know the dude?
Do you know how much I hate that song? I despise it. And when I hit the soundtracks tonight to work out the thing, it was the first thing up. And I said, it's not going on. I'll use the main track.
I just love that it linked in.
Yeah, well,
you know how I like linking.
I know, but yeah.
But for me, and I know it makes sense, like him not wanting to answer the phone, him trying to put the board in.
He's a tumbleweed.
I get that. And I get that a lot of people would find that funny, but for me, I was like, I want him to be a hero. Why is John being treated like this?
I thought it was genuinely funny when they put him out. He's scattered his ashes.
Oh gosh, I felt this poor
awful.
mate. Well, when they said, we're the, I thought they're the only ones there for him. I thought, oh gosh, oh my gosh, it made me so sad.
It's a bittersweet film. It really is.
But I know, and a lot of people would find that funny. But for me, I just went, oh.
Yeah. Did you laugh at it?
There were parts that I laughed.
Did you actually laugh out loud?
Oh my gosh, who's his name? I forgot his name. Shoot, I haven't got it written down.
Jeff Bridges, John Goodman.
No, when Julia, when Jeff Bridges, the dude, was coming into Maud Lebowski's place, I think the second time it was, to make his White Russian as he always made his White Russian.
And the gay guy was sitting there.
He's from The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. He's in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name.
He was just an irritation to me.
To me, it just made me laugh because it was just so stupid.
We have very different senses of humour, you and me. We really do. Because will you go away?
He was there for that reason, for irritation.
I understood he was there for that reason.
That's what I mean. I understood how this film was supposed to work, but it's still parts of it made me go, get up! Answer that phone! Stop it!
It's a little bit IT crowd,
and the parts where Bunny Lebowski drove past him and we're all like, oh, there she is.
Yeah, and there she is parked into the fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I quite like the German crew.
Oh. But there's so many faces you saw that you recognise, so yeah.
Because when he tripped over the little lump of wood that he'd nailed into the floor, because I knew it was going to happen, and when it happened, I just burst out laughing. I
know it's just so stupid, but when he's hammered it in and the door just opens anyway because it opens the other way, I'm like, oh gosh.
Now, you're not a man.
No, I'm not a man.
No, you're not a man.
Listeners, I'm not a man.
But could you empathise taking a bath and having male genitalia and then having a ferret dropped in between your legs?
It actually made me go, wow, is that what a ferret would do?
Ferrets have got incredibly sharp teeth and they are ferocious.
No. What confused me was surely a ferret that's dropped in a bath would just climb up his chest and go, I'm dry now, I'm good.
Yeah, they'll climb up his chest, that's fine, but there will be an inch deep channel where his teeth gnawed every inch.
No, teeth
up.
wouldn't go underwater. That's what I mean. To me, it just didn't make sense.
Ferrets just claw and scratch and bite everything.
No, they don't. They don't. This ferret, I just assume would climb up his chest, and the whole scene made me go, what is going on?
Have you had much experience with ferrets?
Yes, I have. My friend bred them.
Did he have friendly ferrets or did he have the normal sort?
He had the ones that were trained to go into rabbit holes.
Could you pick them up and pet them?
Yes, they were gorgeous.
Well, they were the other sort. They're not normal ferrets because normal ferrets will take your thumb off.
Yeah, if you... But
no, they'll just take your thumb off.
So you're saying a ferret will put its head underwater,
yes,
which it wouldn't normally do because it's not amphibious,
yes,
and attack a man's genitalia.
That's correct. I was just terrified because I've been on the receiving end of a ferret. It's not fun.
In the bathtub.
No, admittedly, that's true. But I have friends, you know Robbie. Remember Robbie?
Oh, yes, I remember Robbie.
Well, he
yes.
had ferrets, and they were all psychotic.
Did he throw one in the bath with you?
No, he's never been anywhere near me in a bath. Thank you
What
very
I'm
much.
saying is I couldn't see a ferret putting its head under the water just to attack your genitalia.
Well, put it this way, you certainly don't pat one.
I've patted one.
You're flat out handling them.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, anyway. All right, so...
Except when they had a rabbit and you wanted them to give it up.
They're not gorgeous then.
No.
No, there's bits flying.
No, you just don't want to try and take a rabbit off one.
No.
It's mine.
Mine. Okay, now, overall, what score would you give it?
Oh, this is hard because I watched the whole film. I wasn't bored.
No.
But I was frustrated.
Is that more you than the film, though?
No, but we're doing it from me. We've already discussed this. When I give it a score, it's how much I enjoyed the film. Me, Pip.
Well, it's all about you.
Yes, it is all about me. And once you work that out, your life will be so much better.
You say that.
Yes,
But
and
it
yet you
never
still
is.
haven't. No, because you haven't worked it out.
And until my dying day.
I'd probably only give it a 6 because I'm sitting there going at the computer, answer the phone! Come on!
Yep.
And I was getting really frustrated with certain aspects. And when Don's sort of, from the shot of where he only got the spare, I was so devastated for him.
Yep.
And I just thought, no, I can't.
Do you know what?
What?
If I was coming in on just entertainment value alone, I'd be very inclined to come in right next to you on 6. But I look at the film as for what it's trying to achieve.
Oh, yes, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Don't...
Oh, I'm sorry, that's rude. I'm
That
sorry.
is extraordinarily rude,
You told
Tom.
your son off for that.
Yes. That's extraordinarily rude.
I will give it a 6.
Let's just dismiss me, shall we?
No, but you always go, what's it doing for the general crowd? You know,
No,
what's it trying to achieve?
No, it's not a case of what it's doing to the general crowd.
What's it
because
trying to achieve?
Everybody brings their own shit to a movie.
Brings their own what?
Everybody brings their own shit to a movie. They
Okay.
bring their own perspective and life experiences and all the rest of it.
Okay.
Which
So
can
what
all
would
be-
Paul? This isn't your star rating. This is the star rating you think the movie's trying to give.
Yes.
What do you think this movie was trying to give, Paul?
Okay. Well, I think it is a good Cohen Brothers movie. I've never found a Cohen Brothers movie to be hilarious. Never. Not once.
Not even in Oh Brother, We're Out There with the frog thing?
No, they're never hilarious. They're always entertaining and they're always thought-provoking, which this was. And it's just their particular style.
Okay.
And some people really get off on that and they love it. And I
Some
get
people
that.
hate it. Some people love it.
That's right.
Okay.
And so for comedy value, like for what I think is funny, I wouldn't rate it higher than a 6. But there are a lot of people who think it's the greatest comedy in the world. And I get that. Like, it is beautifully structured as a film.
Oh,
like
it's done beautifully,
not just
yeah.
a comedy. It's like they kind of layer it up nicely. It starts off very dull and then builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And by the end of it, you're supposed to be rolling around on the floor laughing your
It's
guts
not
up.
that dull in the first bit.
I found it so. I wasn't in a particularly good mood when I sat and I thought, well, let's see how good it is.
He gets his
because-
head shoved in a toilet, and they go, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Better chuck me
That's
back
not
in there.
funny.
I can't. No." He goes, "Chuck me. Better put me back in there. I have to have another look."
Yeah, that's still not that.
I thought that line was pretty good.
Okay, well, that's fine.
And then him peeing on his rug, but the rug completed the room.
I get-
I thought that was funny, but then there was other parts that were just too frustrating and not funny.
I just thought it was. I found the concept of funny in that this is a guy who only cares about his rug, you know.
Yes,
and,
but that's what I mean.
The comedy.
That's the sort of fellow he is.
Yes, it is, and that's the core of this particular comedy, which I personally don't necessarily connect to, you know, because the guy just like a tumbleweed just drifts through life and doesn't really make a stand about anything, and then life comes and grabs him by the throat, and he's got to do something about it, and that's
Or do nothing.
I understand the comedy inherent in that.
No, I get that.
Yes, but it still didn't ring my bell. And I'm not. I'm not going to punish it because of that, because comedy is a subjective thing.